Hello and welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Luke. I struggled with addiction for over 15 years, and on this channel I'll be sharing the exact things I did to make addiction part of my past. We're going to start today's video off with a quick recap of the last video, and it's going to lead right into today's topic. Last video we discussed rock bottom and what that looks like for you. It's going to be different for everybody. You have to realize that if you live in the West, you have opportunity, unlike a lot of people across the world, and you shouldn't squander that. What do you want your life to be like? What are your hopes? What are your dreams? What are your goals? These are things you really need to think on and preferably write down. But for a lot of people, it's going to take hitting rock bottom to realize they want more out of life. And that's what I want to use as my segue today. My rock bottom period wasn't just a week or a month. It was a year and a half. An entire year and a half of my life that I'll never get back. Towards the end of my period at rock bottom, I ran out of money. Drugs and alcohol drained my bank account. I had maybe $50, $37, something like that. Yeah, tops $50. And if I still had money, I probably would have kept drugging. But that's what did it for me. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, the importance of motivation. What's going to be your motivation to quit? What are you going to fall back on when you get those cravings and those urges to use your drug of choice or drink or whatever kind of addiction you're going through? For a lot of people, the biggest motivation is going to be financial. Like I said, sucked all the money out of my bank account, and I couldn't pay my bills. Like, I had to keep working, and I literally had to stop. There was no other option. I had wanted to, but the mind is willing, but the flesh is weak. So what can I say? It took me being broke and a lot of stuff going on in my life at the same time to get to that point. But you got to think about your motivation, whether it's financial, whether you're in a relationship right now. Do you have a husband or a wife, a significant other that you want to be better for? Maybe your relationship is in a rough period right now. Maybe your significant other is urging you to make better choices. Maybe you have kids. Is that the example you want to be setting for them? Do you really want to be showing them that's the right way to do life? If you're high or drunk around your kids, the potential for abuse and mistreatment goes up. I remember my dad telling me a long time ago, first, my parents got divorced when I was in the second grade. But he told me later on, it was just a few years ago now, that every fight that he and my mom got in was due to alcohol. It was due to him drinking and making bad choices. And it might be the same for you. You got to think about your relationship with your significant other, your children, what kind of influence you want to be for them. Your parents. I don't know how old you are, but maybe you aren't at that point in your life yet. Maybe you're a teenager, young adult. I'm pretty sure your parents didn't want you to be an addict or a drunk. Okay, I wasn't an alcoholic, I was a drunk. Alcoholics go to meetings. I never went to meetings. I just like to have fun. I got drunk all the time. In fact, I know your parents want better for you. What about your pets? What about your pets? You have a dog, a cat, a fish tank, these animals in your life, they care about you too. You're part of their pack. You're their human. Maybe that could be your motivation to quit. But think about your siblings, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, things like that. You are an influence, believe it or not. You influence all the people around you, whether directly or indirectly. You don't want to be the bad influence where your aunt says, hey, don't hang out with him, don't hang out with her, they're bad news. You want to get your life together so that way you're the good influence and people say, oh, you should be more like him, you should be more like her. Yeah. I know there's people out there that told you you'll never make it, that you'll never amount to anything. Do this to prove those people wrong. Do this to prove it to yourself that you can actually do this. And actually, one more thing. If you have a really important job, say you work in the medical field, or you're a firefighter, or a policeman, or you're in the military, or something like that, your job is really important. And you can't afford to be messing it up with drugs and alcohol. You're not doing yourself any favors, and you're not doing the people you serve any favors. So you're really going to have to think on what motivates you, and preferably write that down along with your goals in life, your hopes and dreams. Like I said, a lot of people are going to have the same motivation. A lot of people are going to have different motivating factors, but these are the things you're going to fall back on when you get those triggers or cravings. Okay, and this is pretty much step 0. My next video, we're going to be going through the first real actionable step that you can do to make addiction part of your past. I hope this helped. If it did, leave a like, leave your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below, and click subscribe. It'll really help me out. And lastly, if this message helped you, share it with somebody else you know could benefit from hearing this message. Again, I'm Luke. I'll catch you in the next one.